Hey guys, Gretchen here. So welcome to your Celtic Reiki lesson number 1. The prerequisite for this is Usui Reiki. So if you haven't done your Usui Reiki, please go back and do that. You'll find that that is actually the base for all the Reikis. So you really need to do that at least through level 3. You do not have to do the master or grandmaster levels, although the master level is at least encouraged. So everybody who has done at least your Usui Master or Usui level 3, welcome. Celtic Reiki. Let's talk really quickly about the difference between ki or energies and Reiki. Ki is called different things. It does spell like Ki in some cultures, Qi and other cultures, or chi. Ki or chi is energy. It's that pure energy. So Reiki, the difference in ki and Reiki is ki specifically refers to energy that surrounds and permeates everything, whereas Reiki is a specific frequency of energy for healing and self-healing. Heal thyself, healer. That way you're stronger and your healings for your clients and your pets and your homes and your food and all of that are a lot stronger. It works in synergy with ki, but at a higher vibration. So what does that mean? That means that Reiki is ki, but not all ki is Reiki. So ki is energy that is everywhere, all of the energies that are matter, the energies that are not matter. And Reiki is a very specific strand of that energy meant to heal and to self-heal. So these are like the laser points of this ki, Reiki. And we are the radios. We are the mediums in between the above and the earth below, right? We learn that in Usui Reiki. Okay, so practitioner gains access to specific frequencies of energy used in Reiki by a series of attunements by your Reiki master. Different energy centers are your chakras, your nadis, your danshin points. You're probably pretty familiar with most of these terms by now. Chakras refers to the big wheels in your bodies. Danshins are even bigger wheels in your bodies, and nadis are the smaller wheels. You have the major chakra systems, which are the ones that are on the pretty tote, and then the ones that continue to go up, and then the Earth Star chakra that goes down. And then you have the minor chakras, which are the ones that we work with largely as Reiki masters, right? I mean, we do work with those big chakra points when we're pushing those energies into our clients. But for the most part, what you're doing is you're really charging, like supercharging those minor chakras, right? You're pulling that energy, get those 3 claps going, let the universe know, hey, ready, gotta start healing. Did you hear my claps? You heard that, right? You know, it's kind of like when you're daydreaming, someone does that. So that's kind of what you're doing to the universe. The universe has other things going on. You need to go, I'm ready. So, plus it kind of like boom, oomphs up that energy coming out of your hands. Okay. Every living thing already possesses ki. The specific purpose of the Reiki attunement is to connect the receiver in an increased way to the limitless source, as well as creating a direct contact with the source of ki, the energy, the unlimited energy. The attunement also increases the life force energy of the person receiving it. So when you receive these attunements, not only are you receiving like into your body this fine tuning extra laser point energy that you can now give to your clients and help heal them, but you yourself, your life force is enhanced by it. Once you've been attuned, nobody can take that away from you. Even if you don't use these energies for years. I have a couple of people who have been attuned, were attuned as the Sui Masters like 5 years ago. They haven't done anything with it. Gretch, do I need to be reattuned? No, you do not. If you want to, go for it, but you do not need to be attuned. It's just dormant energy. It's a muscle. Like with any other muscle, the more you use it, the more powerful it becomes. Um, it's what I encourage you, especially if you're working on like your psychic abilities and or really getting those energy balls cleared. The more you do it, the clearer it becomes, the stronger you become. All right, intro to Celtic Reiki. So, Reiki energy mimics the frequency of various plants and trees in the Celtic Reiki. Celtic Reiki uses earth vibrations, so in that aspect, it's very similar to Kundalini Reiki. So, we will be attuning from the base up because Celtic Reiki uses, and you'll understand more after we get through the history with Martyn Pentecost. He's the Reiki master who channeled the Celtic Reiki. And Celtic Reiki has not been fully channeled yet either. We know there's more to this system, and we don't know who's going to channel it. We don't know if Martyn Pentecost is going to channel it. Maybe you'll be the one to channel it. I mean, if you're getting ready to go onto a fasting, whatever, onto a quest, whatever it is that you want to do, a spirit vision, quest vision, however you phrase it. If you're getting ready to do that, maybe you'll be the one to channel the rest of the Celtic Reiki. Um, Celtic Reiki is an earth energy. Like I said, we'll be attuning from the base up. It produces an effect similar to a Sui Reiki in that it is that big. Remember when you first got attuned to a Sui Reiki and you felt all that power and it was like really weird. Some of you got meditation tingles, may have thought you were stroking out. Some saw colors. Some just felt this boom, this oomph, this like sonic boom in your energy. Some didn't really feel anything, but you did notice things changing. It was more of a subtle thing for you. Reiki works a lot in the same way. So for the purposes of Celtic Reiki courses, there will be 3 different attunements. The first will attune energy to the new symbols. The second will work with the manifestation, and the third with healing and master energies. This does also have some Celtic history, Celtic wisdom in it. So let's get to the history. I'm going to probably largely read this so that, because I have this big block that is all in Martyn's words. So there's that. All right, Celtic Reiki was discovered by Martyn Pentecost, a Reiki master based in Croydon in the UK. Since then, it's become an ongoing process with most of the Celtic Reiki frequencies coming through between 1998 and 2000. The following account of its history is relayed in Martyn's own words. Having studied various forms of Reiki for many years, I was guided to work with nature. A lot of you might feel like, and these are Gretchen's words, a lot of you may feel drawn to nature. I myself feel the need to grow things. I have a sprouting tray coming just so I can grow sandwich sprouts inside. I feel the need to constantly grow things. I am in an apartment. When I lived in the Asheville, North Carolina area, I would go sit in my yard. I would go hiking, do a 10-mile hike loop before I would go to work. That was just amazing. I still grew things. It drives me crazy that I cannot grow things here. I mean, that I can grow so little here that I can't go sit in the dirt as often as I want. So I totally vibe with the earth Reikis. And I know a lot of you will. Earth Reikis are also very important because Reiki is such a high frequency, high vibe energy that a lot of us stay super clear in our upper chakras and we start to float off. You might have some like feeling super tall days, right? It's important to stay grounded. So these earth based Reikis are very, very important in your practice. Keep that balance. When you have those shorter days and you're very grounded. Oh, you didn't know that. Some of you knew that because I know some of you have heard that from me before. So the days that you feel shorter, you're very grounded. The days you feel taller, you're maybe not so grounded. Pay attention to how you're walking those days. Is your heel like even touching the ground? I've seen like small children where their heels don't touch the ground. I feel so bad. I mean, those kids really need some grounding, and I don't think their parents have a clue. Okay, so back to this. We'll restart. Related Martyn's own words. Having studied various forms of Reiki for many years, I was guided to work with nature. When channeling Reiki to help animals, plants, trees, rivers, lakes, the ocean, and the earth itself, I found that everything had a distinct vibration. Each variety of rock, each stream, each type of flower has its own unique energy. I would sometimes lose myself deep in this vibration, sometimes so much so that I could mimic the energy during Reiki self-treatments. Late one winter's day, whilst on a visit to my ancestry home of Wales, I discovered a huge silver fir tree that had been split in two by a recent lightning strike. One half was still firmly rooted upright and was producing a healthy flow of sap to heal itself. The other half was lying on the ground dying. As I walked up to the tree, I could sense the immense loss felt by the upright section and an urgency of the fallen half, which was completely separated from the standing section. I started to channel Reiki to the standing section but could feel a resistance, so I asked my guides to help. I was told that I should Reiki the fallen half of the tree, and as I did, I felt a transfer of energy. As the Reiki flowed through my hands, I felt a vibration enter my body. It was unlike anything I have felt before. The essence of the tree, its knowledge, its energy, its wisdom, and its love. I was then guided to give this energy to the standing section of the tree, which I then proceeded to do. It was an amazing experience being enveloped by the gratitude and love of the healthy section of this massive tree. When the energy flowing ceased, I was able to return to the usual Usui Reiki and work on healing the tree's broken trunk. My guides told me that the tree was very grateful for my assistance and would allow me to use its vibration to help others. I was instructed that I could help people to see with that particular type of energy vibration. As I left the site, I touched the fallen part of the tree and felt very little, as if the consciousness of the tree had gone, leaving only the wood. In order to remember the energy of the tree, I gave it a symbol, as is the usual way with other forms of Reiki and energy work. The symbol would be a way of triggering this energy to flow for others and myself and be a simple way to pass on the energy to others. When deciding what to use as a symbol, I turned to the wisdom of the Celtic people, my ancestors, and discovered that the letter used in the ancient Ogham for the silver fir was equivalent to the letter A in the modern alphabet. This led me on a further journey of discovery, for the Celts believed the silver fir represented the ability to see over long distances, to view the horizon, to see. I began to understand the meaning of the tree in Wales and the wisdom of the Celtic people. I now firmly believe that they knew the essence of each tree and plant type. Apologies. So complete was their relationship with Mother Earth that they were sensitive to their resonances and energies around them, harnessing and using these energies to assist them in life. I decided to work with other families of trees to see if there was a pattern to this energy. I had been given a beginning letter and the beginning in the letter A, so decided to work with the last letter of the Celtic alphabet, Y, or the yew tree. I had a chance to visit a cemetery in Gloucestershire where 99 yew trees grew. Several attempts have been made to plant a 100th tree, but the tree always dies. Here I found resonance with a particular yew tree that allowed me to work with its energy, informing me via my guides that it would guide me past endings. I attached a symbol to the energy and started to work with the energy, finding that it helped me to cope with any type of change or loss, speeding up the recovery process or guiding me through rough patches with ease. I have since worked with many trees and plants in this way, guided by the wisdom of the Celts of choosing locations and types of energy. The Celtic Reiki system is one of evolution by using the system, the nature of energy work, the nature of energy work will evolve, and as this process happens, more Celtic Reiki secrets will become known to us. Now, on a side note, it says that when he was um, giving Reiki to the plant, and then when the tree said, "Okay, go to the dead side of the plant," and then he felt those vibrations coming through him, and then he passed that on to the other side of the tree. I don't know how familiar you guys are with botany. I'm also an herbalist and I work a lot. Like I said, I really vibe outside, especially with uh, I don't know, mountainy kind of landscapes, so big trees, ferns, waterfalls. I love my waterfalls, rivers, streams, that type of stuff. So, trees, when they die, or okay, let's start with this. Trees, if you have a big healthy tree and a little sickly tree, that big healthy tree will send some of its energy over to that sickly tree and help get it better, even if it's a different species of tree. So if the tree knows it's going to die, it sends its energy, its life force to the tree around it, the trees around it. And trees do have their favorites. They will definitely, you can definitely tell they have their favorites. They also communicate via mushrooms. It's like their little communication system. What I feel happened was this tree was very thankful, and instead of passing that energy, because they were thinking, oh my gosh, here is someone who is going back to like the old ways of energy healing, like the old Celtic ways of energy healing. I'm Celtic too, that's why I get so excited about this one. Um, so they go back to the old ways of the energy healing where we know we are one with the rocks, with the streams, with the trees, with the birds, with the air. We know we're one with all, that we're not better than anything. You're not the alphas, blah, blah, blah. We are the same. We each serve our purposes here, whether or not we choose to see it. It's true. So they're like, the tree was super excited about being healed in the old way, that instead of giving its energy to another tree, it gave its energy to Martyn Pentecost. And then Martyn Pentecost felt this tree, and because he was giving Reiki, gave it back to the healed version of that tree. And that tree was like, oh my gosh, this Reiki, this druid, probably the tree thinking this druid, and we know Reiki, is healing me. I'm gonna like enlighten him a little bit and say, hey, buddy. So, this is your ancestral line kind of energy. I see you're working with this energy. This is very, 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 very similar to what you're already doing. I'm going to give you some of the ancestors, some of the old wisdom, some of the old energies. And you know, as Reikis, when you're in that meditative state and you're in that Akashic field and that big trough of energy and you're meditating at that same vibe as the earth's vibration, that's when you feel most powerful, when you feel least visible, least solid, more floopy, I guess. I don't know. Floopy is a word for me, kind of where you're here, there, everywhere, when you're in that meditative state where you just, your physical body doesn't matter. The existence of where your physical body doesn't matter on the plane, on the energy plane, because you're so far out here. So when you're meditating like that, which is probably where he was when he was healing this tree, and then he got into that field with all of those energies, they're like, hey, buddy, thank you. And look, we're going to loop you into this field even more and say, hey, this is what your ancient ancestors used to do. Welcome to the welcome to the healing zone. Have some energy. Go talk to these other plants. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video, this history, and this intro to Celtic Reiki. As you can tell, I'm super excited about this subject. So the next video will not be Celtic Reiki. It will be Grandmaster level 13 for Isui. I'm going to keep trucking that along. So we only have through level 18 on that. And I think I'm also going to throw up a Bach remedy video, because it does fall a lot in line with what we're discussing through Celtic Reiki. And then we're going to do another Celtic Reiki lesson after the Bach remedy. All right, if you like this video and like what I just said, please hit that subscribe button for me. And until next time, namaste and Sat Nam.